Alright, now welcome back to my Let's Play of the Siege of Avalon. Here on my channel, Idle Wisdom. We're here again in the Inner Keep, in the library. There's Marcus, the librarian and the king. Last episode, we went around and Callan did a number of things. He went and talked to Wasin there, who's in charge of the gates to the underground, and he informed Callan more about the problem with the undead, and suggested we go talk to Felix, and we spoke with Felix about the undead there, and he told us to go speak with, Friar Masses. So we did, because Friar Masses is well versed in how to deal with the undead. Unfortunately, Friar Masses says at the time being, we can't really do anything about it, and because he would need more clerics than he has currently available, and they would have to get down into where, obviously, some remnant perhaps of the Lich. Some Lich artifact, some Lich curse, who knows. So for now, that's a non-starter. So then we went over here to the library, and we spoke with the Marcus, and he told us what all the sages are up to. We spoke to Sage Opius, and he wants us to go fetch something from Gensa that he's working on, and his friend arrived, who was one of the magisters from Fornax, has arrived, and they're working on a project together to help upgrade the militia here at Avalon. And Sage Fenton is also working with them, and it also turns out that Sage Fenton is researching the ruins, the civilization of that built the ruins in that Avalon sits on top of. And there was an ancient thieves guild there, and so he offered to teach us some of the skills there, because he's actually the sage that works to help, like, kind of helps the hunters and scouts and what have you. So he taught Callan already some pretty cool stuff, Shadow Master or whatever it was, and we're gonna do some more stuff for him if we can pass his tests. Let's see, quests. All right, yes, and we need to go get an elixir from the guard Elaine, who works for that magister, and we also have to get an elixir of shade from Gensa for him as well. So we have two things to get from Gensa, but let's talk to the rest of the sages. Sage Percy, may I be of assistance? Why, yes, you could. I've heard that you all have been very busy. Why, yes, you could. I've heard that you all have been very busy down here lately. Perhaps you could tell me a little more about it. Well, as you know, we are always reading over as many texts as we can, and just recently a few Fornaxans arrived, and they brought with them some books. One was a translation book for ancient languages, which enabled us to decipher a few of our older texts. It has really been quite splendid. It is as if whole tomes of knowledge are finally being laid bare before us. An exciting time is upon us. Alright, well, exciting indeed. Tell me more if you would, Sage Percy. Well, Gronk has found a rare book detailing events of this land before Avalon. You might want to ask him about it. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, Opius's longtime friend, Anathemus Shadowmar, has arrived in Avalon. It seems he was one of the few Fornaxan mages to arrive recently. Possibly they've come to aid us in this dark time. Anyways, the two of them are quite the avid researchers. Anathemus has long been a spell research worm, while Opius has always been more interested in brewing magical potions to simulate powerful spell effects. Huh. I wasn't aware Sage Opius was so interested in potions. We know that he knows Gensa and they are doing something about potions, but I didn't. Like, apparently Callan didn't know he was that interested. Well, now you have been enlightened, and that enlightenment was brought to you by Percy. He bows and smiles at himself. Yes, well, if you are interested in such matters, he's your man to see about them. It's all related to his drinking problem, to be honest. He doesn't have a drinking problem. Maybe you have a memory problem. Goodbye. Sage Opius has a drinking problem? Since when? What? You haven't noticed all this time? Why, he spends so much time with Gensa, we've almost started to call him Adela. And he snickers. I think Adela is his wife, or his common law wife, or his honey. And he snickers. Ah, and who are you? Jorah and Gronka's Estrella? Is something going on here I'm not aware of? No, wait a minute, I don't want to know. Goodbye. No, come on, Callum, we need to know. There might be something going on. Ha! So he spends a good deal of time there, then. Oh, I only say that in jest. Even though he is good friends with Gensa, he hasn't gone to visit him in quite a while. He's just been too busy lately, especially with his new friend in town and all. Well, have any rumors broken their way into the library here? If they have, I haven't paid much attention. The only thing that comes to mind is that I heard that there is a bard in the Inner Bailey hard at work on an epic about someone we know in Avalon. Anything more than that, I'm afraid I haven't subscribed any notice to. I think that bard might be the one that a long time ago Callan talked to that said was gonna write about Callan. We might want to go find that dude. I understand. Farewell, Percy. Let's see, anything here? Alright, so the sages are finally able to translate some text about the land below Avalon thanks to the arrival of one of the Fornaxan mages. Pretty cool. Alright, this is Sage Gronk. What is it, Callan? Wow. I've heard you sages have been awfully busy just recently. Aye, we have. Ever since Opus's friend arrived at Avalon, it's been that way. Oh, and what has all the commotion been about? Well, until recently, I was unable to translate the inscriptions within a rare book I'd found. It describes a city that existed here long before Avalon was built. Oh, what about this city? Well, the city was thriving in an age of prosperity. Many would-be rulers attempted to take it over, but they all failed. The kingdom was protected by an order of holy knights. With that, and with the vast and developing magical ability of the sages within the community, no one could breach their walls. Wow. So what became of the city? It only mentions that the citizens fell under a terrible curse, which caused the city to fall. I wonder, is that like with the lurkers? Is that the lurkers that they're talking about? I think it probably might be. My thanks, Gronk. I shall take my leave. Farewell. Alrighty. The city of Avalon was built on what was once a thriving metropolis, protected by an order of invincible holy knights. Since then, however, the city has fallen to a terrible curse. Huh. How about you? There's Sage Iolar. Yes, I've heard you have all been very busy lately. Indeed we have, young one, but I seriously doubt any of us have been nearly as busy as Opius. Ever since his friend arrived in Avalon not too long ago, he's been extremely busy. Oh? Could you spare a moment to tell me what has been happening? I believe Opius is from Fornax. One of his old friends, Anathemus Shadowmar, has recently arrived, and Opius has been in and out of the library much lately. He must be running back and forth between here and wherever his friend is. I wonder what the percentage of people living in Fornax aspire to become mages, and how many of that number actually make it. Okay, that's a couple of interesting things. First, we know that Anathemus Shadowmar took up residence in Felius's old quarters in the Inner Keep, second floor. And yeah, that's a good question. In a land where magic and mastery of magic is the road to power and influence and wealth, I mean, you'd think lots of people would be trying to become mages, but then again, with so much magic, power, and potential out there, you'd have to be pretty darn good to... So how many people actually make it? Interesting question. To find such information would definitely take a lot of time and effort. Possibly an epic of research. I believe therein lies a tremendous paper, or perhaps, better yet, a book to be written. I should get to work immediately. These portals and alternate realms can wait. Reading great tomes is a pleasant task, but drafting up one's own, and then having it read by others, or as a standard of measurement to be compared against other things in the future, why, that is truly the mark of greatness. I must get to work at once. Yeah. Happy to be of service, Ilar? Good luck. He's gonna go write his dissertation, apparently. Wow, interesting. Well, that's interesting. We probably have a lot of stuff we can do. We can go talk to Gensa. We need to go talk to, was it that guard Elaine? And we should probably go check out that um, what's that guy? Anathemus Shadowmar. Let's save right quick. Alright. Whoa, I don't know where I'm going. Alright, so let's go do some errands then. Let's see, where are we? We're right here. Let's go out into the hallway. There's Captain Nicophorus, Ambassador Nicophorus, as he's called now. Oh, there's something else I wanted to do right quick. I wanted to see something. Maybe it's on the second level. Oh, we'll do it later. There's like the herbalist or the alchemist in the second floor of the inner keep. Can't remember what his name is, but he might have something for us. Perhaps, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's go find Elaine. He should be over here where he was. We talked to him. He has something of his master's, but he didn't want to let us know about it, since he doesn't have permission to show us it at all. Okay, may I be of service, sir? I believe you once told me that you heralded from Fornax. I'm here to inform you that your master, Anathemus Shadowmar, has arrived in Avalon. He's in the inner keep in the laboratory on the second floor and is hastily working on magical enhancements of our defenses. He's working closely with the sages, who are also in the inner keep. Yes, sir, indeed. You speak the name of my lord and master, and by the sounds of it, he's up to his nose in scrolls and research once again. Aye, Elaine, indeed he is. I've come to you upon his request. As it was explained to me, you were one of the first servants he sent to Avalon. That is correct, sir. When I was first leaving for Avalon, I was asked to take a few things here for my master. They were all just unimportant items. I never quite understood why he required me to bring them with me, and I always kept them close to my person. And you speak of the satchel of items he gave to you? Yes, sir, filled with a bunch of useless junk, if you ask me. They are mostly just small trinkets. There is, pardon my interruption, but is there a glass vial in the satchel with a hair-thin string of gold wrapped around its seal? There is a vial in here, sir, but I can't see any string around the top. Let me take a closer look, and he pulls it out and examines it, and after a moment nods. Aye, sir, there is indeed a gold string tied around the seal. By the spirits, it's hardly a hair thick. Either my eyes are fading, or I'm just getting old. I doubt either's true, Elaine. The sage Fenton, who is working in conjunction with your master, has urgently requested this very vial. What, you say? Anathemus has given Fenton a text describing a way to make our troops move without sound, and Fenton has been charged with this development for him. The vial is actually an elixir called Silent Spirits or some such, and I'm told captures the soundless movement of the dead. I must take it to him with great haste. Maybe, sir. Either way, if my master requires it, and you have apparently been sent here in his service, I relinquish it to you. And he hands you the vial. My thanks, Elaine. The vial will go to excellent use. Very good. So I must return the elixir of Silent Spirits to Fenton. Good. Well, we kind of fudged the truth there, Callan. I mean, we are here by extension for Anathemus Shadowmar, but not quite literally. It was through Fenton Fenton that we were actually here talking to Elaine. But let's go talk to Gensa. We'll go talk to Anathemus as well. Who are you? Callie. I'm Callie. Oh, there's Captain Calvaric. Let's go talk to Gensa, though. Oh, there's Adela that, you know. Oh, where? Oh, there he is. Gensa. We need to get a couple things from him. Gensa. He appears distracted and then suddenly notices you. Ha! Avalon's hero, the famed Callan, has come to pay us a visit once again. What can I do for you this time? All right. Well, I've come at the request of Sage Fenton. He's working on a magical potion and requires an elixir he believes you possess. An elixir? I don't have any such things, even if I did. Okay, I don't have any such things. Even if I did, I wouldn't know where to look. Methinks Fenton has spent too much time with his nose in them books. Well, I believe you're mistaken. Fenton mentioned it has been a long time since you came into possession of the elixir and could have forgotten about it. Perhaps you could take a moment to humor me and look for it? Where, pray, should I look for it? Uh, well, what the heck, yo? I hope this doesn't have a. Well, most people tend to keep things in chests, so if you have one, you could try there. Ha! You'd like it for it to be. You'd like for it to be in there like everyone else, wouldn't you? Sadly, it isn't. All I have in there is a few dust balls and cobwebs, and he opens an empty chest. Now that I think of it, this would have been a good place to hold a few things, like bottles of corn squeezins. Well, could you try looking for somewhere else for it? Like where? Do you have it in a guest room? Let me give it a try. I'll be right back. And he leaves for a few minutes, returning after making a cacophony, banging things around. I believe I found what you're looking for. And he holds up a small liquor bottle and smiles. No, Gensa, that's what you're looking for. I need an elixir for Fenton, remember? You're sure this isn't what you want? And he holds out the liquor bottle and gives you a big toothless grin. He 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 he. You're too kind, Gensa, but no. I'm quite certain that is not what I'm looking for. You sure? Um, what? Okay, Gensa! Or positive. Why don't you drink it and while you're at it, try looking for the elixir. You know, the elixir that Fenton needs? Surely. And he looks around sharply and then downs the bottle. And then, give me a moment, hero. It must be around here somewhere. I'm starting to remember what you're talking about. It was a small little thing with a swirling blue liquid inside, and he walks into another guest room and begins to shout to be heard. It had a name, a definite name. What was it now? Loud noises erupt when he moves more things around. Dang nabbit, what was the name? Be careful, Gensa, you don't want to break it. Never fear, Callan. I have the agility of a master thief. And you hear something break with a loud crash. I meant to do that. What was that? Nothing. You didn't break it, did you? Of course not. It was just something I've been meaning to get rid of. Then, muttering lightly, especially now. I heard that. You hear some more banging and crashing. Ha! I found something. What the heck is this? And he reappears with a puzzled look on his face. Confusion? Har, hardly, har. I wasn't aware you were in the royal court jester as well as Avalon's savior. And he rolls his eyes. No, boy, this! And he holds out a small blue vial. Why, Gensa, you found it. The elixir of shade. Oh, is that what it's called? Did you ever have any doubt? And he grins. Here you go, lad, and give Fenton my best. Many thanks, Gensa, and I will. That was weird. Alright, so now I have to give this to him as well. Let's talk to him again. Sage Opius has requested that I inquire if you need any assistance. Should we do that? Let's actually save right quick. Should we? Oh, yeah, let's do that. No, noble hero, you have far more important things to do than search for a few petty ingredients for an old man. Well, from the rumors I've heard, the drink you're working on has a little more potency than what the average bartender would serve. Aye, you got that right, lad. It borders on the magical, actually. I've heard rumors that it can restore youth and vitality to the old. It's a very potent drink indeed. Well, tell me, Gensa, what ingredients do you still require? Just two, and they're both herbs. The first is called fireweed, and it grows out in the village, although I doubt it does any more. The other, thunderroot, grows only in Fornax. I wonder if any of the gardeners around here have possibly run across any fireweed. You might try asking one of them, or better yet, ask Jorah. Most of the gardeners report to her anyway, since she's kind of an expert on plants, you see. In fact, she spends so much time with plants, she appears aloof to the rest of the world most of the time. She probably isn't even aware that we are in the middle of a siege. Ah, yes, the Lady Jorah is just outside near the pavilion. I'll ask her. Tell me, Gensa, do you know where I might look to find Thunderroot? I'm not exactly sure where to find that one. Perhaps you have an idea? Well, I asked you, but okay. Well, I've heard that some Fornaxans arrived in Avalon not too long ago and brought with them some items. According to the talk going around, the sages have been bouncing off the walls from the Fornaxans' arrival. I should go check with the merchants and find out if any of them have recently come into anything new. Alrighty. A sound plan, far better than anything I could come up with. In fact, I didn't try at all, and that's why I didn't come up with anything. Only a true hero can come up with such an intellectual plan. Ginsa's funny, I suppose. I don't know. I'm sure another would have done this. But of course, I'm off, Ginsa. Wish me luck. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, geez. So Fenton's researching information on the Ancient Thieves Guild. Percy's researching poisons for his king Rience. Gronk. No, we already looked at this, right? Yes. Gensa and Opius are working together on a potion. Alrighty. So we have to assist the monks with Eleazar, discover the source and solve the problem with the plague of skeletons under Avalon. And Fenton requires Elixir of Shade. I must turn the Elixir of Silent Spirits. We need Fireweed and Thunderroot. Alrighty. Lady, please get out of the way. Jeez, let's talk to her. Anything to say? How are you doing today, my lord? Care for a mug of ale? Although a pint would be refreshing, I must decline. Perhaps you could share a scrap of gossip? Well, then you come to the right place. Fresh rumors abound lately. You know the bard Tristan? He's been most busy working on some sort of epic. It has the makings of a truly grand legend. I can't wait until he has it finished. The children have grown weary of the same old stories, and I'm sure a new one would do quite well to putting them to bed. And she smiles. All right. What have Gensa and Orvin been doing lately? Gensa has been going on and on about some new drink he's working on. He appears very excited about it. I wonder what exactly he's up to. Maybe he feels he can make a drink strong enough to wash away the fear of falling to the Sha'ul hordes. And Orvin? Orvin, nothing really, but his friend has been plagued with a vision of knights rising from their graves. The thought of the dead coming back to life sends shivers down my spine. Ugh. Fear not, Adela. I doubt such things will come to pass. Visions are like dreams, and images usually represent an event or conditions that have or will happen. I wonder what it means, though. Okay, so I doubt such things will come to pass. Visions are like dreams. The images usually represent an event or conditions that have or will happen. I wonder what it means, though. So you don't think it will come to pass, but they usually represent things that have or will happen. Does he contradict himself right there? I don't know. I wonder what it means, though. Oh, with that, you have me at a loss, my lord. Perhaps if you had a question about removing inebriated individuals or ale stains, I could help you. That's true, but have you heard anything about outside the Bailey, perhaps? Only a couple of things. The sages of the Inner Bailey have been very busy indeed. It seems a few of them have been concerned especially about the new text brought by a couple of Fornaxan wizards who arrived here not long ago. I heard Olan is from Oriam, and that coward is probably looking for a way to sneak out of the castle. Maybe he won't be so lucky and instead end up as the main banquet at a Sha'ul War Dog picnic. Perhaps that is why David has still not closed the hole in the basement. That is all I know for now, my lord. Chuckling. Well, my thanks, Adela. Your sarcastic tongue does me good. But I think David's failure to patch the hole in the basement is the result of his lack of brains to handle the matter. Oh, David is one of the guards there in the mess hall. Well said, Callan, and she giggles. Well, if you will excuse me, my lady. Right on. Alrighty. Tristan is apparently busy working on an epic. Gens is working on a new drink and is very excited about it. Orvin's friend has been receiving visions of dead knights arisen, and the sages are extremely busy due to new documents from Fornax. Alright, let's save. So let's go out and continue on. Let's say hi to there's Sir Ingress, there's Sir Kiner. Well, there's Captain Calvaric. Let's talk to him right quick. Greetings, Callan. It seems the good spirits have watched over us both these long months, though our metal has yet to meet its final test. I feel confident that our trials have prepared us to endure almost anything. Indeed, Captain. Surely our spirit will lead us to victory. Right on. Captain Calvaric seems like a pretty cool dude. Now, we need to find this lady Jorah. Jorah. Well, there's Kale. Good day, Callan. Good day, Kale. Have you and Pell? Yes, we have spoken. My scrying has suggested to me that it would be better for all. Okay. It would be better for all, at least for the time being, if she stays here. I told her as much. She didn't seem concerned about my decision, but I could sense her relief, even though it was concealed. There was something else, something I haven't seen in years, but cannot place. And he shrugs. It does not matter. She and I have come to an agreement. I will eventually bring that agreement to the council, and they will either relieve me of my position or praise my initiative. Well, you don't seem very concerned about the possibility of having your title stripped. I'm not. I will find some other application of my talents, and the energy to apply them, if the weight of the responsibility of my position is removed. Well, you shall do it then. I'm not reading well. Then you shall do well, magistrate. Farewell. Fare thee well, Callan. Never doubt that you will attain greatness. Thank you. Kale has decided to remain in Avalon with Pell, saying that it is for the better that they both remain. He worries not about how deeply the council may frown upon his decision. I bet you they won't if we defeat the Shah. Well, but then again, who knows? Who the heck knows? Merchant Quinn? I wonder if anything's left in my farm. Oh yeah, we've already talked to him. Okay, Jorah. Jorah, where the heck are you? Jorah? You here? That's Merchant George. Okay, greetings, Callan. How can I help you? Have you heard anything about the new Fornaxan mages that have arrived in Avalon recently? More than you could imagine. Oh, please tell me what you've heard. I've heard that one of them is extremely busy in the inner keep researching some advanced magical techniques. Also that he has been working closely with one or two of the inner keep sages. I'm sure Marcus knows more about such matters. You should try asking him about it. Was there anything more specific you've learned or overheard? Why, yes, Callan. In fact, the name of the mage or sage. The title seems to change depending on who you ask, but I'll stick with mage because he seems quite powerful, is Anathemus Shadowmar. Apparently he and Sage Opius grew up together. I see. Did you get a chance to talk with him at all? Not directly, my lord. He had sent a servant to do business with me. And what did this servant want? A lot of expensive cloth, mainly silk. I'd been keeping a secret stock on the side for the celebration of when we finally beat the Shah of Will, but he somehow managed to know all about it. I wonder how he knew, but no matter. Well, did the servant say what he was working on? Well, not at first, but I haggled some information out of him about as relentlessly as you are doing to me, and he smiles. I'm only joking with you, Callan. I'm 10 times the haggler you are, and that's why I do this for a living. Ha! I doubt you stockpiled a hoard of crowns nearly as big as my own, but please continue with your tale. Oh wow, Callan's getting... Actually, Callan doesn't have that many crowns, but he has a lot of magic rings that he can sell for crowns. Aye, well it seems he's researching a way to combine fire magic into a protective garment. I surmise that the mages predict flames in Avalon's future. A tad dreary sight, if you ask me. He purchased all my saved-up bolts of silk and thread. I made a handsome deal off that trade. Hopefully, if we win this war, I might have enough money to build 2 houses instead of 1. Was there anything else you got out of the deal? Now, fire, that's, the shaman's fire is in their future. Anything else out of the deal? But of course, I managed to haggle a few minor trinkets out of the deal. One was an extremely rare herb from Fornax called Thunderroot. I'm especially proud of this acquisition, and he beams with pride. Thunderroot? By thunder, I've been searching for that very thing. What's this? Gens is brewing a fierce new drink. One of the ingredients he doesn't have, and needs, greatly mind you, is Thunderroot. Would you be willing to part with it, Merchant George? This is a rare item, Callan. It is worth a small fortune, and I'm not about to just hand it over to anyone, especially just to be part of a drink when I don't drink. And he squints at you. You would be compensated, of course, Merchant George. Compensation. Now that's what I'm talking about. For this fine, good grief, for this fine product, I wouldn't accept anything less than 3,000 crowns. Whoa. 3,000 crowns. For that price, I would walk into Fornax myself through the Shadow Lord's 200 crowns. That's all I can afford. Never have I sold something of so much value for so little. But I understand your situation being in the middle of a siege and all, but I'm sure you can afford it. Very well, and name your price. Okay, we have Thunderroot. Oh, I have more crowns than I thought I did. Huh. Cool. Well then, we will buy... Oh, he has also some nifty armor. Let's buy the Thunderroot. Buy it. No. No. Back to the game. I don't need two of them. Do I have it? Oh yeah, I do. Back to the game. Alright, cool. We got it. Mwahaha. Merchant George believes Anathemus is working on protective fire-resistant garments. Cool. Well, we got that. I did not know that was the guy to talk to, for reals. So we have to get the fireweed as well. But we haven't found Jorah. I don't know where this lady is. It said somewhere in the pavilions, right? I think. This is her? No, this is Callie. Oh wait, are you Jorah? This is Jorah. I used to have fun in my orchard back before the village was invaded. I'm sorry to hear you can no longer dance among your apples. Farewell. What the heck, Callan? Do you speak with the gardeners often, my lady Jorah? Well, unfortunately, yes. Now I've had to listen to their grumblings about maintaining our beautiful flower beds. You should hear the things they say about people in the Citadel. Oh, for example? Awful things, I tell you. I have nightmares about some of the things they tell me about people here. Jeez. Please, my lady, share with me. Well, why, they say that there are nobles here who treat the castle grounds no better than the peasants do. What do you mean? Why, they have to continually fight against a specific bunch of individuals who make it their prerogative to constantly run over our beloved flower beds. Uh-oh, I think she's talking about us. Surely you jest. The horror. How can anyone, especially a noble, commit such atrocities? Oh my gosh, Callan. No. Nobles? I can't believe it. Exactly, noble Callan. I just don't understand it. Huh. Well, on to other matters. I'm searching for a rare herb, Jorah. Is there any chance one of the gardeners came to you with such a thing? Eddie Hands, one of our gardeners here, came to me with something he encountered while trimming the hedges that he wasn't quite sure of. He first believed it to be a hostile plant of sorts, or maybe even a weed, and after pulling it out of the ground, he brought it to me in curiosity. Now, I am well educated in herbology, but the identity of this one eluded me. I was forced to resort to my books. I knew it wasn't something common, so I checked my rare plants and herbs book, and sure enough, there it was. Well, what did you find out? The plant was indeed an herb, one known as fireweed. It has been inappropriately labeled as a weed because of the way it looks and grows, but actually helps the plant around it grow rather than affect them detrimentally. Well, by any chance, my lady, do you still have this specimen? If so, may I acquire some? Yes, Callan, I still have it, and I would be happy to give it to you. I have no need for it now. What do you wish to use it for? I'm helping Gensa collect ingredients for a special drink he's brewing. Well, I hope he brews something good. I could use a good stiff drink to wash away the boredom around here. Take the herb with my blessing, Callan. Farewell to you. My thanks, Lady Jorah, and farewell to you as well. Oh, wow, that went better than I thought. Huh. Well, that's kind of cool. These ladies here have been, as far as I could tell, just doing nothing this whole time. But they came in, wound up being part of the quest anyways. Adventure. Jorah is very upset with someone trampling the flower beds. I think she's talking about me. Uh-oh, Callan. It's like, well, I told what's his name? Icarus is not to run through the plants. You were doing it too, pal. Alright, I've acquired fireweed. Let's talk to this dude. I've heard there's a fair coming to town. A fair? Are you mad? Yes, sir. Brother Kay told me to eat some strange root, but I'd rather be mad than eat roots. Will you get to the infirmary and eat your roots, boy? I won't eat roots. I won't. Suit yourself, then. Eat your roots, boy. Is this him, Tristan? That's Chad. Those shaman will never be able to make it over. Those shaman will never be able to take over my mind. You hear what I'm saying, boy? I see you're still busy fending off the mental attacks of the shaman, Chad. That's right, my boy. They'll never take me alive. If I see a shot, I'll, and he falls asleep. Chad? Suddenly he wakes up. I'll tear him apart with my bare hands. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Let me at him. They won't be able to get it. They won't be able to stand up. And he falls asleep again. Chad, wake up. You're surrounded by Sha'ul. He wakens with a flurry of flailing fists. Take that, and that, and that. Dirty stinking Sha'ul. You killed Callan. And he wails in English. Oh, Callan. Poor Callan, you were a great friend, a noble warrior, a great knight sniff if I ever saw one. He breaks into a rage of fists again. You darn Sha'ul. I'll make you pay for killing Callan. Have more of this, and that, and 6 of these, a few of those, and that, and that, and that. Chad, I'm right here. Oh, thank the spirits, you're still alive. Praise to be all that's good and righteous, and everything is well, Chad, but I need to get going. Farewell. That wasn't very nice, Callan. You jerk. Poor Chad really wishes he was young again. I think he really wishes he could sleep again. Let's save one more time. Yes. Alright, let's talk to Tristan the Bard. Ha! Ho, Callan, His Excellence returns. Yes, everyone move aside. His Excellence is in the room. Ha, I see your humility has abandoned you. I was only joking, Tristan. Pray tell, how goes the biography? You are most deserving of praise, young Callan. People speak at great length of your bravery. I've penned many pages regarding your exploits. Well, did you hear about the unicorn? Of course. Would you like to read what I have written? Why, certainly. Brave Callan's thick armor gleaming, he searched about the forest teeming, with many a foul and vicious monster crouching in the dark, his trusty weapon now unsheathed, a single sentence ne'er he breathed. For what great oath could cause our mighty champion to embark? And so it happened, while he tread, he spied a unicorn half dead. An army of Awul had come to take the creature's horn, but our trusted hero saved the beast, and slew the savages from the east, bringing back to Avalon the dignity he'd won. Yeah, not bad. You were okay. How about the battering ram? Of course. Would you like to read about that one? Yes, of course. This story I relate to thee, a tale of lies and secrecy. A lonesome hero cloaked in shadows seeks to save a nation. Into the fray he marches steady, with his weapon raised and ready. He wears a magic mask to hide his infiltration. An instrument of warfare waits. Its target is the castle gates. Should the Sha'ul use the weapon, Avalon would fall. With scores of enemy in sight, Callan strikes with skill and might. As flames engulf this tool of death, he readies for the brawl. His sly disguise has been discovered, a slew of enemies uncovered. Attention turns to face the vicious mob now gathered at his back. With angered force he takes one down. Then one by one they paint the ground. Our brave young Callan emerges once again atop the stack. No, not bad, not bad. And what about the Dreamwalkers? Of course. This tale is of a magic place, a realm devoid of time and space, a plane between the worlds that waged the war with Avalon. Great Callan, with charm in hand, can move about this twisted land. A quest his own, but such is set to save sweet Oria. Held with shaman's fiery rage, this realm's protector has been caged. Who dares to take this guardian's plane with magic spells and violence? The shaman from the eastern plains, intent on war and wicked gains, they cloak themselves in dreams and whisper traitors' thoughts in silence. The people hear these twisted dreams. They ponder vile, betraying schemes. Uh-oh, I wonder if that's true. The guardian remains helpless against the foul invaders. Meanwhile, Avalon is troubled. A single threat has now been doubled. What wages war with mind and body is sure to overcome her. Our hero now must save the day. A wizard helps to find a way, fashioning the single magic doorway leading there. Callan frees the guardian from her chains. With captors fallen she regains. Her mystic staff dispels the curse of Mithras' forced despair. With Avalonians' dreams returning, the shaman's fire no longer burning, our greatest hero once again is savior to the peasant. When all is over, one would guess some good should come from all this mess, but history retells tragedy more often than it doesn't. That was pretty good. Wow, nice. All right, cool. Farewell. Brilliant. Who are you? Madeline. Chad has been very restless recently, even more so than usual. I noticed something else as well. And what is that, Madeline? Well, just the other day, he and Gensa were chatting it up about the old days when Gensa mentioned a concoction he was working on and was real excited about it. I wonder what it's about. Well, perhaps they've discovered the Fountain of Youth. Is there anything else you've heard? Hee hee, maybe you're right. I suppose if they drink enough, they could feel young again. Well, other than those two, I've heard that some of the knights are quite eccentric behind closed doors. Estrella, Zoe, and Allison would be good to ask about such matters. Ooh, interesting. Those are the ladies up in the second story of the keep. Huh, maybe we should ask them. I see. Anything else? Oh, just that Tristan has been very busy lately. He keeps asking me to run into the inner keep to bother those engrossed sages for more paper. I understand, Madeline. Take care. May the spirits in your cup be ever plentiful. Right on. Madeline implies that Estrella, Zoe, and Allison would be good to ask about the gossip in the night on the nights in the Avalon. Maybe we can discover traitors. Traitors. All right, I think we're going to actually call this episode. So I'm going to come back here. And next time we will hand over these potion ingredients to Gensa. So, and we did a little bit more talking and this and thatting about, but we got the ingredients for Gensa. We got that elixir for Fenton, and we got the other elixir for Fenton. So all in all, pretty good. And we heard the progress on the epic poem about Callan's adventures, which is kind of cool. And we've been hearing lots of interesting gossip and places to potentially get even more gossip. So I want to say thank you for joining me in this episode of my Let's Play of Siege of Avalon here on my channel, Idle Wisdom. Take care, y'all.